Taurus, hi, how are you? Just coming in, having my coffee, and going to do a general reading for Taurus for December 2021. Hope things are going wonderful for you. All right, let's see. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you come back and see me again. And if you've been here before, I really do appreciate it. Support means a lot. All right, let's see what we got for the Tauruses. Got the Three of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Strength, the King of Swords, and the World. Hello. The Eight of Wands, Justice, and the Five of Wands. Alright, let's see what kind of story we could tell, and then we'll clarify it and see if we could tie it up in a nice little bow. Alright guys, let's see. Well, it looks like in your recent past that you might have been looking out for something to come into you, like almost like you were like, you know, there's something out there and you want to go maybe find it. You want to go examine something. Like, he's got these little ships coming into him, and so he knows that something's coming in, and it's just a matter of what it is, not real sure, or when it's going to get there. But I feel like you have that sense of you can actually make something happen if you put your mind into it, put your thought process into it. Now, I do have, with this Four of Swords energy, it's almost like you just needed to sit back and take a rest. You know, maybe things were going on that you just felt like you had to just sit back. You know, maybe go away for a little while. Not like leave, but, you know, go up to your room and, you know, get off of social media. Just do something that's going to make you not be in the forefront of everything right now. So it's definitely just they need to rest. And with the Swords energy, it's almost, it feels like it's like, you know, with computers and like telephones and communication and all kinds of like babble going on. Maybe you're just like, okay, enough, and you just, you know, just want to like put it down for a little while. And now this Eight of Pentacles, but you're still working hard. I mean, there's no idea, even though you're looking for something to come into you or something that you're going to go out and get, and you need that rest now, but you're still going to work hard. You're not going to like let whatever was going to happen go cold. So you're still working. It's just a matter of, you know, taking a breather. I'm going to say you have the Strength and the King of Swords. Now, this could be a situation where you need to use your willpower and your kind of like your power of mind and your abilities diplomacy. Like, whatever it is that you're undertaking, you need to be diplomatic about it. It's not about, you know, you're going to go in and be like gangbusters and take over and handle everything. I think you're definitely going to have to be diplomatic, and you're going to have to, you know, show a soft side to the situation. Like she, really, the lion, you know what I mean? But she's not scared. There's nothing about her that's, you know, overbearing and would make the situation bad. So I feel like you would just have to be very diplomatic and like soft words, and, you know, just trying to make it, what is that, catch more flies with honey thing? So being like, kind and sweet and diplomatic and nice, and something can happen for you. Because if I don't go directly here, but if I look at this Three of Wands and the Strength card, but right under that you have the Eight of Wands, and this is like things happening fast. It could be fast messages, communication, decisions, things happening. And I feel like it almost triggers basically from the way you handle a situation is what's going to make things move for you. Because right next to that Strength card, I have this King of Wands. Now, now this could be somebody in your environment, if, in your work. Could be social too, but, like Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but it doesn't have to be man. I don't assign gender to my cards. But just anybody who's got that air of they're firm, they're fair, they're, very logical, analytical. They're, pretty much, they're very on point with maybe how they communicate and how they put their ideas into process. And it made me think, it's like, all right, well, yes, you have to be this nice, strong person in the way you approach things, but is this like the characteristics that you have to take on too to be not only that, but this, very analytical, logical, but firm person? Now, I don't know what your situation is, if you're a manager, if you're a boss or whatever, but I feel like if you're going to make things happen in whatever it is you're trying to make happen, that's where you're going to have to try to put a lot of your energy just to make, and I'm not saying, I don't even know if this is your characteristic anyway, but maybe wherever this is, it might be necessary. But again, it could be somebody else completely, and just they're going to be in your environment a lot, because this is like right smack dab in the center of the deck, the cards. So I feel like they're important. No, again, as you or as somebody else. Then we have this feeling of completion and wholeness with the world. And this is like, so whatever cycle possibly ended, and you might be feeling like a completion, and something is making you feel like, okay, I'm done. Whatever you were trying to do, you were done. And maybe you were. And it's just, and we're going to clarify these, because with the world, it's like, okay, this, whatever situation, because our cycles, we have cycles going on constantly, all the time. And so one of them may have ended, and that could have to do with, where you needed your strength and this analytical person. And that could have been the end of that cycle. But still feel like there's something else trying to happen, and that you're still waiting for something, as far as like with this Three of Wands energy. This Three of Wands energy, where I feel like that is where you were going with something. And what you're still waiting for it to come in. And then we have Justice right next to it, but Justice along with the Five of Wands. It's like, okay, well, you want things to be fair, you want things to be balanced and even, but there might be a lot of chaos and pushback from it. So maybe when all this was going on, or it hasn't happened yet, but when this all goes on, there's going to be some pushback with this chaos going on. And this is more like, it's obviously not physical, but it's like a 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's what it feels like. And I'm wondering if, like, with this Justice, if this isn't something in regards to a court case, or something in maybe there's a hearing, maybe there's something going on like that, because you want something fast happening, And up here, you're looking for something to come in. And you need a lot of willpower and strength to make it happen. And you know, yeah, Mr. King of Swords, very, very lawyer or judge-like. Like when I look at them, that always makes me feel that way. Because they're, again, firm, fair, analytical, you know, the facts, just the facts, that kind of feeling. And, you know, the justice came out right under it. So, yeah, it could be something that you're waiting to hear from, you know, in the courts. Doesn't have to be. But there's definitely this chaos going on. Well, let's see if we could clarify. Which one's it? Okay. All right, let's see what we got. There's 3 of Wands for Taurus. Ten of Staffs. And the Queen of Cups. It looks like whatever this 3 of Wands is, there's a lot of responsibility involved in it. So I don't know if you had gotten a new job and or you know, whatever it is that you're getting a lot of new responsibilities, and maybe that's what you were waiting for. Like you saw that coming in when you knew, okay, I can get this, or I should have this, or this, I can make this happen. But a lot of responsibilities have come with it. And this Queen of Cups energy, this can actually be a characteristic of yourself where you're like going to take it on in a almost like in a nurturing way, I want to say. Because if this is something that you were building, job, hobby, you know, something that you wanted to be a part of, you want to bring it you want to be able to put everything about yourself into it. And I feel like you want to take care of it and almost like grow it. So I don't know what it could be, but you're going to be really have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of burdens, a lot of, you know, things. But I think with the Queen of Cups energy, it feels like you're okay with that. It feels like you can handle that. It's not like you're concerned about it. Let's see. And let's see about the 4 of Swords. The 7 of Coins and the 2 of Cups. All right. Well, after a little mental break, I feel like, all right, you know what you can build on, and you know that you can keep doing it, and the more you do it, you're going to be able to build up even higher. And it's possibly that you might have a partner. This could be platonic, you know, like a really good friend. It could be a relationship, but just somebody that you're really tight with, somebody that you can be vulnerable with, and somebody you can count on to be while you're growing whatever this is. You can count on them, and you know they'll be there for you. And what about this 8 of Pentacles? Queen of Staffs and the Page of Cups. Well, see, it's like, all right, well, whilst you're doing all this hard work, you may have the opportunity to bring something even newer into the situation. It's almost like a surprise. Like, I don't know if this is a message of a surprise, of a romance, if some situation where, because like I said, I got the 2 of Cups here and the Queen of Cups, like, so it feels like there might be a relationship building at all this hard work going on. There might be a relationship building about it. And now you got this Queen of Staffs, and again, this could be you, just, you know, their characteristics, you know, she or he, doesn't matter, but, you know, just fiery, energetic, charismatic. Or it could be a person in your environment that you might be having feelings for, or there might be offering feelings for you, male or female, that, you know, doesn't matter. So I feel like that might be actually the beginnings of a relationship, or just even like a re-oomph of a relationship. Kind of like where you guys started to work something together, and maybe it brought you closer in your relationship. But it could still be platonic, but it is general. So, but yeah, it just feels like there might be a little surprise, like yeah, almost like a new romance forming. What about the strength? Four of Staffs and the King of Swords again. All right, well, the Four of Staffs is like, to me, it's just celebration. There's a reason for, yeah, well, best a reason for celebration. Yeah, but it also can be stability and feeling like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that, stability and celebration, because now the King of Swords came up again. I told you it felt very lawyery after it was on with the Justice. So I'm wondering if something didn't come about in the courts, or if you got a letter, if something that you wanted it to be accepted and you were just waiting to hear about it, and you did need a lawyer involved, or an arbitrator, that type of feeling. So I'm wondering about that. And again, that's not going to be for everybody, but that's it feels so, just feels right. But I don't know if that has anything to do with up here. But it could be. I mean, if you are building a new business and maybe you needed an LLC or one of those letters that go on after new business. Let's see. Oops. Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords. All right, well, I feel like you have a lot of options. After this goes down and you are able to celebrate and whatever goes with that, you have a lot of options opening up to you. I mean, you want to make sure that you're not, that there's not too many options. Because that can happen. Like, you think, oh, look, I could do this, and then all of a sudden it's like almost too many, so you don't do any. Or you don't, you're afraid to make the wrong choice, so you don't make a choice. That kind of thing, And I feel like you have an idea. There's definitely an idea happening for you. And, that could be communication coming out. So maybe you're taking that communication and you're going back to these people over here and saying, well, here's my ideas. What do you think about this? That kind of situation. And the World have the Temperance and the Devil. All right, well. Let's see how I feel about this. I feel like, all right, well, Temperance, you're trying to find balance, and you're having to be patient with whatever's going on, and always trying to find the perfect mix in whatever situation comes up. And then you got this Devil guy, and it's not always about this horrible, could be like addictions and stuff like that, but sometimes it's actually about just cutting loose, like actually letting all your, I always forget this word. You don't feel blocked in anymore. You don't feel like you have to, because maybe when you were over here, and we're like all this stuff that you were doing with the burdens and everything like that, and I feel like once that was done, then you have this Devil energy, but it was more like not feeling like you couldn't relax and enjoy yourself. Because sometimes with the Devil energy, it's just about having fun. It's just about cutting loose. Like you're not bound anymore. And so maybe you were like, and honestly, if this was a court case or some sort, and I don't know why I keep going back to that, but it feels like that. If this was something to do with, maybe not even necessarily a court case, but something that you were waiting for in general not in general, but like in papers, like some kind of communication that you were going to get, and it did have to do something with some kind of court-like documents, and if that came through for you, I would feel like, you would be, just wanting to just have a, enjoy, and not wanting to have to be overly responsible at that particular minute. But I also feel like this Temperance is keeping you to the point where, okay, yeah, have fun. But then, make sure you rein it in eventually. That kind of feeling. Because it's not... So, yeah, I just don't feel like the Devil energy is bad. It's just, just chilling. Not being blocked in by anything else or locked in by anything else. Juice, love it. All right, Eight of Wands. All right, got the Eight of Wands with the Ace of Cups and the Four of Cups. All right. So that's the other thing too. Like with this Eight of Wands, when I feel like there's like a whole bunch of messages wanting to come in like fast, whatever you want to receive, really, really fast. I think it also opened up a whole new ability to have, you know, be able to feel a whole lot more about things. Like, you know, so you're able to open yourself up more to receive, you know, more good news, you know, have feelings about more things. But then there's this Four of Cups, and it's like almost, yes, I have all this, but you don't want to settle. So even though, you know, you're freed up now and you can have all kinds of fun, but you don't want to settle for what's there. Like, you know, you could still keep and go back and get what you were trying to fight for in the first place. Like that Three of Wands, whatever it is that you were looking to do, I feel like you're still looking to do it, or it's already there and you can improve on it, or you actually can make more of it happen. So what about this Justice? What goes on with that? The Wheel of Fortune and the World. Wow. Okay. That's neat. Those two cards, like, because you had the World over here. So that to me, again, is like another cycle completed. And I told you, we're always going through cycles. And something about this Justice, and I feel like that is what you needed to be able to, you know, like make whatever this stuck feeling that you were, because I think it was doing with the responsibility. Whatever you were doing, it made you have to be so responsible and so not having fun or not letting yourself have fun. Well, I think once that ended and you were able to come over here and say, okay, well, I'm not gonna settle. I'm gonna keep going because I know I can. So another cycle ended and you feel like all kinds of completion. And at the same time, another one began. So, because the world's like the beginning and an end. So, as that is, but you have this Wheel of Fortune, and again, this is almost like chance. I mean, we are on this wheel all the time, and it's, you know, sometimes we're on the top, sometimes we're on the bottom, you know, riding out on the sides. So it doesn't stop. It just depends on, you know, decisions that we make, whether we're going to be crushed underneath it or riding on the top of it. And, you know, I always think about it because, you know, I know things can get like crazy. And I think the best way to do it is, if you think about that Twister movie, and I always think about this, it's like they put themselves in the plumbing of a shed when the tornado's coming, and they're able to tie themselves down, and it comes up, and they're like, the Twister has them, but they're not going anywhere because they're tied to the stuff. You have to ground yourself. And if you feel like things are getting a little bit crazy, and, you know, you might be losing control, or, you know, things aren't the way you thought they would be, and they're not as easy, or they're a little more chaotic, a little more chaotic, then you need to ground yourself. You know, take some time, meditate, go out in nature, you know, listen to some music, do something that makes you feel good, and you can ground yourself. So when that wheel's spinning, you have a better chance of just kind of like staying in the middle until everything blows away. Maybe that's what the chaos is for. Let's find out what you're going to do with this chaos. The Eight of Swords and the Two of Staffs. All right. Well, okay, it makes sense. So maybe as this goes on, maybe you did feel a little bit mentally stuck in something, and that's in your head. It's not in your situation. This is totally in your brain. So you feel like a little bit stuck, and only you can actually get yourself out of that. And I think you will, because you're already, with this Two of Staffs energy, you're already planning things, you're already organizing, you're already making sure that you have everything you need to go and continue on whatever it was that you were doing up here, because I know you were still growing something. And I just feel like, yeah, with the chaos is maybe just going to cause you to feel a little bit stuck. But you're going to ground yourself, like I said, and be able to ride it out. Hope that makes sense. All right, Taurus. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Write me a comment. Love to hear from you. And I will be seeing you for the new moon ones somewhere before the December 4th. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye.